As a doctor, what's the most shocking thing to transpire while delivering a baby? 1. I'm not a doctor, but I work for one. He told me about an incident during his internship. One night, a woman came in laboring with twins. The first baby was head down, so labor progressed normally. The attending doctor, who was head of the OB/GYN department and the patient's regular physician, delivered the first baby smoothly. The second baby was breech but also delivered without complications. However, the mother kept pushing. Thinking it was the placenta, the physician prepared to deliver it. She had undergone multiple ultrasounds, and the consensus was that she was having twins, no surprises. Then the doctor turned to him with a 1,000-yard stare and whispered, "I think there's another one in there." Sure enough, a sneaky third baby made its appearance. The intern witnessed a rare vaginal triplet birth, and both the attending doctor and the mother were in shock for the rest of the night. 2. I was doing a routine delivery. After a smooth pregnancy and easy labor, the baby's head and shoulders came out easily. But as the abdomen began to emerge, I noticed a transparent sac protruding, filled with intestines. I quickly called for saline-soaked lap pads, large squares of gauze soaked in saline, to cover the sac. The delivery continued smoothly, and the sac was undamaged. The baby had an omphalocele, a condition where the abdominal wall fails to close. Fortunately, the abdominal wall was intact, so surgeons were able to return the intestines to the abdomen and close it. Though the initial sight horrified the mother, I spent time explaining that the condition was treatable and had a good prognosis. The mother and baby ended up doing well. 3. I'm not a doctor, but this happened when I gave birth to my daughter. She decided to present shoulder first, and no amount of effort from the staff could rotate her. The doctor eventually reached in to manually turn the baby. As he moved her, I screamed in pain. The staff tried to calm me, and even the doctor remarked, "This shouldn't hurt." After the baby was delivered, the doctor discovered why I had been in so much pain. Clutched in her tiny hands were 2 handfuls of uterine lining that she had ripped out while being turned. The doctor had to go back in, figuratively speaking, to stitch up the damage and control the bleeding. It took a lot of stitches, but everyone was healthy in the end, and I got an extra day in the hospital, which was great. 4. A young woman came into the ER in late labor. She had had no prenatal care and gave birth in her boyfriend's car on the way to the hospital. She had also suffered a seizure, as her undiagnosed eclampsia caused her blood pressure to skyrocket. The baby was anencephalic, meaning it had no skull or brain development. Since the mother hadn't received medical care, she had no way of knowing, and neither did the medical team. The sight shocked and horrified the staff. The baby, of course, did not survive. The mother experienced a turbulent postpartum course due to her toxemia. 5. This was a story told to me by a pathologist during her medical training in the 1970s. A high-risk patient had a large fibroid low in the uterus, so a cesarean delivery was planned to avoid complications. My friend, a medical student, gowned up to observe the surgery. When the surgeons opened the abdominal wall, they discovered the baby was entirely ectopic. What they thought was a fibroid was actually the engorged uterus pushed into the birth canal. Amniotic fluid and blood poured everywhere as the team rushed to control the emergency. The mother survived but required a hysterectomy. I don't remember if the baby survived, but it had severe lung issues due to the lack of proper uterine pressure during development. 6. A woman over 300 pounds came to the ER complaining of pain down there. When I asked if she was pregnant, she denied it. During the exam, I saw the top of a baby's head crowning. I told her, "You're pregnant and having a baby." She replied, "I can't be pregnant." We delivered the baby, and as the nurse handed it to her, she said, "That's not my baby."